And we are back, and we just finished watching 2021's The Wheel. Comes in at 1 hour and 23 minutes. This comes to us from director Steve Pink, with writing credits to Trent Atkinson. This is tagged as a drama, and according to the IMDb blurb, Albee and Walker, a couple on the verge of divorce. Albee wants out, while Walker wants to make it work, no matter the damage. A weekend in the mountains to work through a book that might save their relationship via total, brutal honesty. This stars Amber Midthunder, who we loved in Prey, as Albee, and Taylor Gray as her husband, Walker. It was funny, when I first started watching it, I was like, I wonder if his middle name is Texas and his last name is Ranger. That would have been amazing.
It's a secret sequel to Talladega Nights.
He's one of the kids. So our theme, I guess, is modern romance. This is from 2021. We're pairing this with Materialists from 2025. And what did you think?
Initially, I really was disliking this movie, but I think it salvaged itself by the end.
Because of her, right?
Because the story finally came through. Everything was revealed. Everything made sense. And she does, I guess, in revealing herself, sort of redeem herself. I mean, she is, throughout the entire story, I think
she's unlikable.
Absolutely unlikable. And
But then you find out why.
You find out why, and
she's very damaged.
You also see that, Walker he's completely in love with her.
Yeah.
And
to the point where he's willing to go through just mental and emotional abuse.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all because she feels like she is so damaged and unworthy of that kind of love that she thinks that he's lying to her.
It is interesting because he's completely likable, right? He's completely likable from the start. So even so that another character, Carly, is extremely invested in their relationship. She is a complete stranger, but she is completely invested, and she genuinely wants to help. I think she genuinely is that girl.
Yeah.
But her partner, Ben, is like, girl, you need to mind your business, which I don't think was bad advice.
No, it's funny. He says a line that's something along the lines of, bad relationships are contagious.
He's not lying.
And he is not lying
because their relationship suffers in the end.
Yeah. That little lunch that they all decide to have is just a terrible idea.
Brutal, very uncomfortable. And it's funny because it's not a long film. I think one of the pluses for picking this, besides being a movie about a romance in the 2000s, is that it wasn't a long film, but they really pack it in. I never found myself bored. I never found my attention wandering. I was very curious where this was going. I think I said to you while we were watching, or maybe after, because this is now the next day, but I was like, I don't know. I thought maybe she lost a baby or something really just awful happened to sour the relationship, and she was checked out. I think that was one of my first takeaways within the first 5 minutes of the film. I told you, and I was like, this chick is done with this.
Yeah,
she is completely done with this marriage.
Yeah, just the expression on her face, the absolute lack of interest she had in anything he was doing.
Yeah.
The disdain she had for the whole idea of this book.
Yeah.
She was just nose in her cell phone most of the time.
And I think when that sequence happens, when he finally hurls it into the water.
Oh, God.
The way she cried out like a family member died.
Yeah.
And I looked at you and I was
fell
like,
to her
what
knees.
the hell just happened?
She fell to her knees.
She is more concerned about that damn phone than the state of her marriage.
Yeah.
So I think at that point I was not checked out, but I was like, you know what? Fuck her. Seriously, if something bad happens, I don't think I would feel bad. But then you find out a little bit about her.
Yeah.
And I think at one point I turned to you and I was like, oh, well, this makes sense now.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting how perspective changes on the drop of a dime when you're given more information. And so, yeah, I really like this film. It's kind of interesting. I never saw advertisements for this. I think this was one of those like scrolling, like hours spent just scrolling through all the streamers and putting stuff on my list that I came across this.
This is very low budget.
Very, very low budget.
You could even tell in the production values. I don't know if it was we had a bad stream, but the sound was all messed up.
Really bad, yeah.
It sounded like they were in different rooms when they were talking in several instances, and they're like right next to each other.
Yeah. Do you blame Chris Nolan for that?
Maybe to blame in the fact that film directors are, you don't have to care about stuff like that.
Chris doesn't.
Yeah, Chris Nolan doesn't. I'm just like him. Where's my Oscar? Shovel the dump truck full of money to my house now because I made a film where the sound sucked.
Like that film hasn't even come out and it's already selling tickets. Isn't that crazy?
Which film?
The Matt Damon, was it Oedipus or whatever the hell he's doing?
Oh, the Odyssey or the Iliad.
Whatever it is. Yeah. That's interesting.
I hope the sound is good.
I mean, he makes pretty films. It's a shame when the sound is off, yeah. Because it's like, yeah, just...
But back to this movie, it really was a extremely low-budget affair, and that was one of the things. The sound just sounded weird. Sometimes it didn't sync up to the lips. I don't know if that was our fault or
the streaming
problem with the film. But, yeah, this was very low budget. There was like 1 or 2 sets in the entire movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to find any kind of numbers budget on IMDb, and there is none listed. So this is obviously a labor of love.
Oh yeah. This is didn't you say that Midthunder and the
kid Taylor Gray? I think
they were producers of this film,
right?
Yeah,
they have production credits on it.
So I think everybody chipped in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it feels like it, and it's very... Yeah, it's definitely very, very low budget. What did you think of Carly and Ben, the Carly and Ben character?
Initially, it just felt like, she's really kind of meddling where she shouldn't be meddling. I think it all came from a good spot.
Yes.
But I think maybe because the character was so, I guess, doubtful about the fact that her own wedding was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Maybe she was thinking, well, if I can get these two to commit to their relationship, maybe I can get Ben to be a little bit more committal to ours. Because Ben was sort of like this devil-may-care sort of guy. They said he was like some California musician type of guy with a ponytail, allegedly a carpenter, even though apparently he was doing a crap job on that gazebo.
Yeah. You
could tell that they did care for each other, but I don't know if they were destined to be together forever. So,
I mean, I also like that you don't know. It's sort of like open-ended, like you don't know what the state of their relationship is ultimately going to be. And I really like that sequence where Carly's talking to her sister Joan, and she genuinely wants her advice about her upcoming marriage.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, she probably should have asked for that advice long before they had made plans to actually get married.
Well, I feel like she was probably living in this bubble, this happy-go-lucky little bubble where she kind of excused certain behaviors just to keep the peace because she seemed like that kind of person. But when she's confronted with this very explosive couple who is very messy and cruel, I mean, not so much Walker, but very much Albee, it's very shocking because they're kind of like the opposite of Carly and Ben, right? And so they're very volatile. They're very emotional. They've been married for 14 years. So that's a long time for young people. They probably got married when they were 17, 18 years old.
They said they got married when they were 16.
16, right. You're right. So, I mean...
Was it 14? I thought they were only married for 8 years.
Or maybe... Was it 8? I thought she said 14.
No, I think they said they were married for 8 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they're like in their early 20s. That makes sense. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know where I got 14 from. But anyway, is that when he met her? I don't remember.
What, when they
Anyway.
were 16? No, they knew each other from children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I mean, and then yes, that part of the story was also kind of heartbreaking how they met originally.
Yeah.
And the things that happened, and he seemed like he genuinely loved her from the get, and she just thought the worst of herself and couldn't understand, and she refused to allow him into her heart in a way. She always kept him at arm's length, and she was exceedingly unkind and cruel to him. Exceedingly. I mean, there were points in that film it was like really just uncomfortable to watch the way she treats him and the things that she says to him.
Yeah, because she basically says that she wanted him to hate her, and that wasn't in him. He genuinely loved her, and that was like when the question, when did you lie to your significant other or something like that, and she's like, oh, you lied to me the entire time, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, because she fully believed that he just married her to get her out of the situation she was in.
Well, I think because of the things that had happened to her, I think she also felt just unworthy of love, which I think is also a component of the story.
I mean, and honestly, I guess maybe even betrayed by it, because in that situation, the situation that she was coming from, the person that's taking care of you is supposed to love you.
And take care of you.
And take care of you.
Does
and
the most awful thing to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting little journey. And then at the end, I don't want to give it away for people that want to see it, but the end was kind of interesting too, right? Because it's playing out. And I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, whoops. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
So, but then it has a different end. So I think it's a worthwhile watch. I think it's an interesting character study. I thought the characters had really good chemistry. Even as uncomfortable as it was to watch some of those scenes, it felt very believable between Walker and Albee. And even the relationship between Ben and Carly, they seemed like these avatars for these personalities, right? Here's Carly, who's like a do-gooder and she wants to be of service. Ben is sort of just like coasting through life with the least amount of responsibilities and like input. He just wants to have kind of like a mellow existence. He doesn't want to get involved in anything. He doesn't want any drama, which I get, but also...
Well, I think it's that she is genuinely looking for the goodness out there, and whereas Ben is always looking for the bad. He hits on Albee in the bar, and the reason why he does that is because he wants to see if she'll just cheat on Walker. And he does it like he knows who she is because he watched them have that argument from where he was.
And then when Joan's talking to him, she's like, calm down. She's renting the cabin.
Yeah.
Because Joan is Carly's sister.
But he is genuinely looking. I mean, and if you look for something, you'll find it.
Right.
So in his mind, Albee is he even says that she's an asshole and she'll always be an asshole, and the best thing for that marriage is to just end it. Whereas for Carly, it's just sort of like, no, we should do everything we can to help. These people came to our camp.
There's a reason
to reconnect, and let's do everything we can to make sure that happens. And she's looking for that good, that light, and I think she needs it because she's deep down, she has her own doubts about her relationship. And
it was interesting that when she finally has that heart-to-heart with Ben, she's like, honestly, do you want to get married? And he says, I don't know.
Right.
And then at the end of that conversation, she's like, Walker did a nice job.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
That just is another aspect of Ben or something else that proves that Ben he doesn't care. He's willing to take those shortcuts. He kind of just doesn't want to do anything that rocks the boat. It's just let's just go with this until we can't go with it anymore.
Do you think he really loved Carly? Honestly.
I think in this particular point in time, he loves her, but I don't know if his love is a permanent kind of love.
Interesting.
I feel like this is where the river has taken him, and he's just going to go with it until he can't go with it anymore.
Interesting. Yeah, because I think at one point I turned to you and I was like, do you think he genuinely was hitting on her, or was this a ruse to try to get into her head? And I got to be honest, I wasn't sure.
I wasn't sure in the beginning either.
Yeah.
But as the film went on,
you felt like
there was a part where it was like I
her?
was just like, okay, yeah, I kind of believe him now.
Okay.
Initially, I was like, I don't know. I think I'm wondering maybe if he's like thinking, oh, well, she's out of this marriage.
Because Albee kept saying it like, oh, your man hit on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. It was kind of gray at the beginning, but then yes, as the story goes on, because he doesn't like Albee.
No, he genuinely doesn't like her.
He genuinely doesn't like Albee, doesn't want to help her in any way, shape, or form. I was curious why in the beginning, when he brings the tray and then he goes back to the house, why he didn't tell Carly, you know what, we should just stay away from them because they're toxic. And this is why I overheard the following.
Yeah. Honestly, I wonder why he was just, oh, they weren't there, or they were sleeping, or what. I forgot what he says, but he makes an excuse, and he could have just basically said they were having a huge argument. I didn't want to go.
Right.
I don't want to leave this. I think that's, I guess that's another part of his personality. Just like I said, go with the flow.
Let's talk about Walker really quick before we wrap up. What are your impressions of Walker?
Initially, I felt he was kind of a doormat, and he is to a degree, but he genuinely loved her. And he loved her since he was a child. And when they have that talk on the Ferris wheel, you could see that she also loved him. But that whenever that happened, whenever that event that happens to her happened, it like really changed things. And in her mind, she just, like I said, love was not a real thing. Love was just something that I guess people just said when they were just using you. And she thought the same of Walker, and it just wasn't the case. He genuinely loved her. Yeah, so I mean, he is just a good guy.
Yeah,
he is just a really good guy, and she is lucky that he is in her life and that he cares about her as much as he does.
Yeah,
And she got to the point, like, she became so nasty and toxic that he was actually willing to just be like, you know what?
We're done.
And he says that, you know, I need to be happy too. I'm allowed to be happy as well. And he was ready to walk out and leave. And I don't know if it was that or just her trying to forget about him by like flirting with some guy at the bar. Yeah, I guess she just realizes what a disaster her life is. And then she has the talk with Carly outside in the parking lot. And Carly's just like, please don't stab me.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. And she lets her rest her head on her shoulder.
Yeah.
And that was just like, you could see that she was breaking down. These walls that she was putting up were crumbling.
Yeah.
And she realized how important Walker is to her. And
right. I think when she finally understood, if I don't do something, he's really going to be gone. Right. I think that really, really finally hits her.
And I think she really, truly believed that he wasn't lying. He really did believe her. It wasn't just some sort of like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll just marry you out of pity to get you out of this situation.
Yeah. Really, I mean, yeah, I don't have any regrets here. I really enjoyed the watch. I definitely recommend this. It's not going to be for everybody, I don't think.
No, and the beginning might be a little tough to get through.
Yes, because she is
so terrible.
Completely unlikable. Yeah. Just totally unlikable. It's almost hard to watch some of the scenes between them.
Yeah, there's a lot of time in the beginning where I'm just thinking, just pull over, kick her out of the car, and drive away.
Like how?
Yeah.
Just get in the
car and drive.
We caught this on Prime Video, but it's also streaming on Fawesome, which I believe is a terrible streamer.
Yeah,
Plex.
if you like commercials, watch Fawesome.
Yeah. I mean, we've got Prime with commercials, but it wasn't that bad.
Nah.
Plex, Roku Channel, Tubi, and to buy rent on Prime Video.
What would you give it?
You know what? I really like this. I definitely like it more than Materialist, which is the other movie that we're going to pair this with. I think this story is better fleshed out. I think the performances are way better. And even though Amber Midthunder's character, Albee, is not likable at all, she is hella more interesting than Dakota Johnson's character in Materialist. Walker is fantastic. Carly's fantastic, and Ben is fantastic. It's not a big ensemble. It's very small. This they said this came out in 2021. Is that right? So I guess this is a COVID film. It kind of makes sense. It's very sparse.
Very sparse, very open areas.
Yeah.
I think everything's filmed outdoors aside from those couple of bar scenes.
Right. And just the indoor when they're in the little cabin or when Carly and Ben are inside. I want to give this somewhere between a 6 and a 7.
God, the kids aren't even here. Come on. Who are you trying to impress?
6.5. I'm going to give this a 6.5. I think it's solid from where it starts to where it ends. I think the performances are really, really good. I wish there had been a little bit more investment in the production of it, but some of the other stuff is really beautiful, like the vistas, this vast openness. It's funny, we live in a major city, and it's interesting when you look at the rest of America, right? Because it's this big, vast.
It's like, where are all the power lines?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, I think from where it starts to where it ends, it's solid. I definitely would recommend this. I think it's an interesting take on the modern love theme. So, 6.5 for me. What do you say?
I would give this a 6. I liked it. I didn't. I'm not probably would never recommend it to anybody.
But you don't regret watching it.
No, I don't regret watching it. It was good. The big strike against it was the beginning, values. The production values. Yeah, especially that sound. Come on, man. And in the beginning, Albee is just
yeah, you just want
her to die.
Yeah. She is really,
she's
really
hard to like. And you know what else? I think that it's like, but you were the girl in Prey. I love the girl in Prey.
I know.
Why are you so mean?
Yeah, we loved you in Prey. You wouldn't be acting like this.
If you were acting like that dog wouldn't have helped you at all.
Exactly. And I think the other funny thing is G sat through most of this with us, and I think her commentary was kind of funny. Like, who dresses like that?
Oh, her pants.
Her clothing choices were pretty silly. But I mean, this is like a long weekend getaway, so I didn't think she'd have a lot of clothes. But yeah, her wardrobe was, I don't know, it was kind of weird too. So yeah.
All right.
It's a very superficial take, but it's I definitely understood that comment. Again, The Wheel from 2021, clocking in at 1 hour and 23 minutes. This again comes to us from director Steve Pink with writing credits to Trent Atkinson. And you can catch it on Prime Video, Fawesome, Plex, Roku Channel, Tubi, and a buy rent on Prime. And before we wrap it up, we'd like to urge everyone again to tell us in the comments what you think. Have you seen The Wheel? What did you think? What did you think of Albee? What did you think of Walker? What did you think of Carly? And what did you think of Ben? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and follow wherever you listen to podcasts. And we'll come back next week with another review. And with that, we'll wrap it up and wish you all a
good night.
Good